Yes, guys, and welcome from me. This is Championship Manager 0102, the Barely Legal Part 9. We're at the halfway stage of this, and I've got a little special for you here. And you'll see what I'm getting at as we go along. Let's fire up then the official save, Barely Legal Part 9, and let's see how all our 16 wannabe world-class superstars have flared up. Who knows? Who knows? Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay, so let's go straight to... I think, are we still Charlton? Yeah, we are. Okay, so in no particular order, tell a lie, there is actually an order, but it's irrelevant, but it's to give nothing away for anybody. Okay, let's start then with Mark Whittaker. So everybody's 27 years of age now, and we are 9 years in, which essentially means we've got 8 years left, halfway. Mark Whittaker is looking good, looking very, very good indeed. Still at Dynamo Dresden. Over to Trunky. Trunky is still barely legal. He's still barely legal, and how does that sound? He's still barely legal. And he looks good, don't he? He looks good, although last season wasn't the greatest season in the world for him. I wonder if he had an injury of any kind. No, not really. Not really. Over to Christerton. Oh, God. Another shit season for Christerton. Well, actually, last season was better. One of the better ones, but he just can't do anything, can he? You've got to go, Christerton. You've got to go. Over to Pep, who we may recall moved back to Chelsea. A good season in terms of game time for Pep. 48 games last season. You'll see also that I've gone over the June updates, and there is a reason for that, this particular save. And you'll see why in a moment. Over to Neil Mogsy, who got a move to Nürnberg. And what a season for Neil. Hadn't seen that. Well, he got we knew he'd gone to Nürnberg, and I knew he had an average season, but what a season last campaign. 34 games, 14 assists, 8.06. Give yourself a pat on the back, Neil, but there's a long, long way to go. Over to the next one then, Conor Marchbank at HSV. 775 moved to HSV after leaving Austria Vienna. Not bad. I think the move's only just happened. I don't know, when did that? No. What am I talking about, you spastic? So yeah, he moved at the start of last season, it would appear. He had a moderate season. Okay, for Connor. Over to Migadonte. Migadonte, we knew he got a move to Bayern Munich last season. 7-4-4, 34 starts. Impressive for Mr. Dante. Still only the one cap for Italy, though. Over to Big Phil. Philippe Dirala is at Juventus, we knew. Not the greatest season in the world for you, Mr. Big Phil. 6.81, 17 starts. Could do better than that. Al Mo at start of Bucharest. Well, he looks impressive, don't he? He looks very impressive. What a season for Al Mo. 21 assists, 31 goal involvements in all competitions, 43 appearances in total. Wow, 779, that's his finest season yet. What's his value? Let's have a look. 375 grand, bit worrying. Okay, over to Gary Johnston. Gary Johnson, we knew he got his move to Liverpool. And judging by his attributes, he looks good. A good season for Gary Johnson. 7-2-6, 10 goal involvements, 42 starts. He's been praying for that move out of Barely Legal, and he's got it. He's got it. Over to Jesper Laudrup. Jesper Magdeburg, still at Magdeburg, East Germany. Okay season for you. Okay. Let's go to the last few players. Trevor Choi. We knew he got a move to York City, and a much, much better season for Mr. Choi. 17 goals. Look at that, right? He scored 3 goals on loan. He'd never scored a goal for Barely... I'll tell a lie, he scored 14 in the first season. But he's finally got himself a little bit of... I mean, he didn't have the greatest season, did he? 7-11. But, well, it's nice to see him score, isn't it? It really is. Over to Lee Sharples. England international, of course. Looks solid, don't he? Looks really solid. 7-15, not the greatest season in the world, but still 9 more assists. He actually matched his goal involvements last season from the previous season, which have actually been a step away from the previous 3 seasons, as you can see there from Mr. Sharples. Over to Matt. Matt is still at Barcelona. Not the greatest season in the world for Matt. Let's just have a look. Did he get any injuries last season? Oh dear. No, that weren't last season, was it? That weren't last season at all, but he's been plagued a little bit, hasn't he? Wayne Chester, Wayne continues to look quite solid. Fairly decent season for you, Wayne. 16 involvements, 34 starts, 28 caps for England. And finally, Stuart Danton, who continues to just look remarkable. He's got a hell of a value. And another good season, not as good as the previous season, though, it's fair to say. But nevertheless, 30 goals, 2 more assists, and a fabulous season from Stuart Danton indeed. Well, he's had 11-day injury. He's had he's had a bit of injury, about over a month over the course of the season. So I'm just going to fire up now a spreadsheet that I've got going with me at the minute, because I have got some absolute record-breaking news for you. We're at the halfway stage, right? So I wanted to make it a little bit special. So what I did, I devised something, right? I went through every single player's achievements. Now, I made this up first before I did the points. So basically, if anybody got Player of the Month, they get 5 points. Young Player of the Month, 2 points. FA Cup Winners' Medal, 50. Runners-up, 25. League Cup, 35. 15 for runners-up. Associate Cup, which is the Vans, 15. 5 for runners-up. Let me just point out, the FA Cup, that would also apply to any domestic cup around the world, wherever it might be. We've got points for a European Cup of 100, 50 for runners-up. Cup Winners' Cup is 80 and 40. UEFA Cup is 60 and 30. The Charity Shield, the Super Cup, the Intercontinental were all 25 points for anybody that won it. Nothing for runners-up in that. Anyone that got into the Team of the Year, 25 points. Supporters Player of the Year, 25 points. And that's the reason I wait until after the June updates and the brown bin men are coming to empty their bins. International cap. If anybody got an international cap, they would get 10 points, followed by an additional 5 points for every cap. So Trevor Choi would get 10 points plus an additional 70. So 80 points for him. So that's how I was making that work. We also did points for the Ballon d'Or. 100 points if anybody win it, 60 for runners-up, 25 for third. European Midfielder of the Year. Now, I've specified that because we have some winners on that. 80, 60, 25 for top, second, third. We had awards for the Swedish Defender of the Year. I think you can work out who's won that or who's come in the top 3. English Player of the Year, Romanian Player of the Year, FIFA World Player of the Year. If anybody won the World Cup for their country or runners-up, they'd get 200 or 80 for runners-up. The Euros, and we've got 4th Division titles, 3rd Division titles or tier titles, 2nd tier titles, 1st tier titles. Let's start then with Mark Whittaker. Mark Whittaker ended with 425 points. Now for me, he's one of my standout players because he's won 3 top flight titles. It don't matter if it was in England or if it was in East Germany. He's got 3 top flight titles. He's got 2 FA Cup victories, and he's got a Supporters Player of the Year. I mean, you've got to give him, that might have been in East Germany, who gives a shit? Mark Whittaker is looking good at 425. Over to Trunky, who's got 477. A Player of the Month, a Young Player of the Month, 2 FA Cups, an Associate Cup, a UEFA Cup, a Cup Winners' Cup, a runners-up in the UEFA Cup, 95 points on the international caps. Swedish Defender of the Year, he got that. He's got a 4th Division title, a 3rd Division title, and a 2nd Division title. 477 for Trunky. Over to Christerton. 185. So, you've got 185, and your caps is what's giving you points here, Christerton. 105 points on your caps. 1 Cup Winners' Cup medal. I think you must have been in the squad for Barely Legal, and that's all you've got, because you got... in fact, I've either ripped you off 40 points here. No, I'm not. I'm talking about 80 points for winning the Cup Winners' Cup and 105 for your international caps. Over to Pep, who's one of our lowest, unfortunately. 135 points total. Now, if I looked, I'm sure he's probably got one of the biggest transfer fees, but we'll do that at the end of the game. Pep has picked up 2 Associate Cups, a UEFA Cup, a Shield, and a 4th Division title. Neil Mogsy. Neil is on 405. With 1 Player of the Month, 1 Associate Cup, 1 Cup Winners' Cup, 1 Runners-Up Cup Winners' Cup, 1 in the Team of the Year, 60 points for caps, and a Runners-Up for the World Cup for England. He's got a Runners-Up World Cup medal, a 4th Division title, a 3rd Division title, and a 2nd Division title for Neil Mogsy. Connor Marchbank, the first player to make the move out of Barely Legal. It's a bit harsh, really, on him for him to have such a bit of a low amount. 405 points for... sorry, I got that wrong. 220 for Connor. He's got a League Cup medal. I'm just going to forward. He's got a League Cup medal. He's got an associate... start that again, sorry. He's got an FA Cup medal. He's got a League Cup runners-up twice. He's got 40 caps, 40 points on the caps, and he's got a top-tier title. I think he got that in wherever you were. Where were you, Connor? Austria, Vienna. So he's been a bit unfortunate, really. Megadonte is actually very, very low, considering he got an Italy cap very early on. He's got an FA Cup medal. He's got an Associate Cup medal twice. He's got a Team of the Year once. He's got 15 points on caps. And he's got one 4th division title. Philippe Dirala, 415. He's got one Player of the Month. He's got one FA Cup. He's got one Runners-Up FA Cup. He's got a Cup Winners' Cup. He's got a Runners-Up Cup Winners' Cup. He's got 2 Team of the Year awards. He's got 65 in caps. He's got a 4th division title, a 3rd division and a 2nd division title. Over to Almo. Almo has a staggering 475 points. This sounds like the Eurovision, don't it? 2 points behind our current leader, Trunky. And Almo, he has an FA Cup. He has an Associate Cup. He has a European Cup Runners-Up medal. So, what would be the Champions League? He's got one Supporters Player of the Year. He's got 75 points in caps. He's got 2 Romanian Player of the Year awards, Almo. And he's got that as runners-up. So 60 points there. And he's also got 2 top flight titles. Gary Johnson. Gary Johnson's an interesting one because we said about him going to Liverpool. He's got a League Cup medal. He's got a Cup Winners' Cup medal. He's got a Shield medal, Charity Shield. He's got 55 on caps. He has got a 4th division title, and bizarrely, he has got a 1st division top tier title. And just to show you, he got that with Liverpool last season. The move to Liverpool has proved massive, and as you can see there, Barely Legal finished in their highest position of runners-up last season. But do you know what? You don't get fuck all for runners-up, yeah? They didn't win nothing last season, Barely Legal. So the likes of Lee Sharples and Wayne Chester, you need to get out of there. You need to get out of there. Gary Johnson, well done. 315 points total, Gary Johnson. But I'm not basing this on who's got the most points. I'm doing the points just as a sort of as a concept. I'll make my own judgment who I think is our champion. Jesper Laudrup's done shit. 265 points though. His points have come from caps. He's got 1 League Cup medal and he's got a 4th division title medal for Jesper Laudrup. Over to Trevor Choi. Trevor Choi has got an Associate Cup, a Runners-Up in the Cup Winners' Cup, a Runners-Up in the UEFA Cup. He's got a Supporters Player of the Year. He's got an international cap at points of 80. He's got a 4th division title. He's done extremely well. It's fair to say he's done really well considering he's barely had any sort of game time. I think for me that's really the case. You know, I don't know how you want to see it. Over to Lee Sharples. Lee Sharples has a Player of the Month. He has an FA Cup Winners' Medal as well as a Runners-Up. He has 2 Associate Cup medals. He has a Cup Winners' Medal and a Runners-Up. He has a Runners-Up in the UEFA Cup. He has 95 points from his England caps. He has 1 Runners-Up medal for England, the World Cup. He got Runners-Up along with Neil Mogsy. He's got a 4th division, 3rd division and 2nd division title, and he has a staggering 535 points, which puts him in the lead as it stands. But the thing is, he hasn't won a top flight title, so you could argue Gary Johnson's won a top flight title, Lee Sharples hasn't. But Lee Sharples has got a lot more medals. Draw your own conclusions on that one, guys. Sorry, I think I forgot to say, Trevor Choi's total was 210 points. Over to Matt Collier-Brown. Matt, now let's see, he's got an FA Cup Winners' Medal as well as a Runners-Up. 2 European Cup medals. He's won them both for Barcelona. 3 Charity Shield or an equivalent in Spain medals. 1 Intercontinental medal. 60 points for England. He's got a 4th division title. He's got first division title, and he's got 2 top flight titles of Barcelona, and he is our new league leader with 705 points. Matt is our leader with 2 to go. Over to Wayne Chester. Wayne has a Young Player of the Year, 2 FA Cup medals, an Associate Cup. He has 1 Cup Winners' Cup and a Runners-Up. He has 150 points on international caps for England. He has a Runners-Up medal for England at the World Cup. He was in that same squad along with Lee Sharples and Neil Mogsy. He has a 4th Division, 3rd Division and 2nd Division title. A staggering 517 points for Wayne Chester. Doesn't quite eclipse what Matt's got. Matt is still our leader with 1 to go. But again, you know, with Wayne, a bit like the Lee Sharples, and this is interesting because Gary Johnson openly said he felt he had better attributes than both of those 2, and I agree. And yet he wasn't getting game time. And now here we are at the halfway stage. Gary Johnson has a top flight title with Liverpool. And finally, Stuart Danton. Danton has not got a top flight title, which again brings us back to what we just discussed. He has got a 2nd Division title, a 3rd Division title and a 4th Division title. He has a runners-up for England at the World Cup, so he was obviously part of that same setup. He has 2 runners-up spots in the FIFA World Player of the Year, believe it or not. He has a runners-up spot and a 3rd place spot in the English Players Player of the Year. He has 2 3rd place finishes for the European Midfielder of the Year. He has 195 points for international caps for England. He has 4 Supporters Player of the Year awards. He has 3 Team of the Year awards. He has 1 runners-up in the UEFA Cup. He has a runners-up and a winners' medal in the Cup Winners' Cup. He has 2 Associate Cup Winners' medals. He has 2 FA Cup Winners' medal. He has 1 Young Player of the Month award winners, and he has 11 Player of the Month awards. A staggering and astonishing 1,097 points from Stuart Danton at the halfway stage. We might even call him our champion for the first half, because I don't think I'll do it on points based on the second, because Stuart Danton leads the way. But as I said, you know, Danton hasn't won. He hasn't won the top flight title. You could argue, you know, you could really argue a lot of things. You know, top flight titles, our leader with that is, looking at it, it's Mark Whittaker, and Al Mo's in second. Mark Whittaker has 3, Al Mo has 2. Who's won the most FA Cups? We've got 2 from Mark, domestic cup, shall I say, 2 from Mark Whittaker, 2 from Wayne, 2 from Stuart. You know, it's a very, very good thing. Pep has even won the Associate Cup twice along with Miga Dante. Don't remember Dante winning 2 of them, to be honest with you, but you know, there's a lot of statistics you can look at. The Player of the Month, I thought we'd see more, to be honest with you, but although I only put 5 points for that, Stuart Danton's killed that with 11 of those. I think it's interesting to see Matt has taken he won the European Cup, with Barcelona, and therefore he's been involved in the Intercontinental Cup, the Charity Shield 3 times. He's done superb. The World Cup final, we've seen that. We've seen a lot of points get distributed. The Swedish award, the Romanian award, the Ballon d'Or. No one's won the Ballon d'Or yet. Supporters Player of the Year award is interesting. Stuart Danton has done that all for Barely Legal, of course. So very, very exciting at the halfway stage. And I think it was important to see. Let's just go to... let's go to these awards. The goal, yeah, so let's just go to the midfielder. So we see, I missed Stuart Danton. He actually finished 3rd. And the reason I didn't spot this is because he finished 3rd. And he was on the achievements. You see 3rd here. He got it for this year. He got 3rd again somewhere else. But it was on his achievements. Well done, Stuart Danton. You've got to be happy to be beaten by Andres Moller and that good-looking bastard Peter Beardsley. But, you know, he's done extremely well. And as I said, you know, we've seen awards here for the Romanian Player of the Year, the FIFA World Player of the Year. Let me just see where I can never remember how to get to certain things. Is it that one there? Yeah, there it is. So the FIFA World Player of the Year, hang on a minute, he got runners-up then, didn't he? So, no, of course, I can't see runners-up either. So he's got 2 of these, Danton, and of course beaten to Mark Hughes there. When you're beaten to someone like that, you've got to be happy. But let's look at Danton, see how he looks. He looks fucking great, don't he? But Danton, right, I know you're probably going around on an open-top bus, parading your first half of Barely Legal, but you've not won the title. That's all I'm saying. Matt is the king of top-flight European competition here. Look at that. He's got European Cups to his name. Mark Whittaker's got league titles to his name. And also, I want to see players move around. I want to see players move around and win a title. Who's going to be the first player to win a title in more than one country? That would be interesting to see. You know, Mark Whittaker could do it. Al Mo could do it. These loyal motherfuckers at Barely Legal, you're not going to win a title there. You never know. Who knows? Could you win a title? That's it from me, guys, on this special part 9 of Barely Legal. And until next time, woo, take it easy.